Hey guys, Wet Movie One back here again, and it's time to go hoard up. Are you guys ready? I know I sure am. And from the looks of it, I just checked Blu-ray.com and digitalbits.com, and there's not a whole lot of stuff being released this week on Blu-ray and 4K and things like that. I think the main one is Annihilation, is the big one that came out today, which I'll have a review of this one at the end of my video here. And Midnight Cowboy is being released today by the Criterion, by their Criterion collection, which is one of my dad's favorite movies of all time, which I may get up on, but probably when the next Criterion sale happens. But I'm going to be heading out to the usual spots today to see what other stuff came out, see if there's any good deals. But make sure you guys stay tuned to the end of this video. I'm going to have reviews of the Hurricane Heist on 4K, and along with Stranger's Prey at Night, Blu-ray right here, which I got sent to review. Stay tuned to the end of the video for that. And also, if you guys want to get a Wet Movie 1 t-shirt, I have a TeePublic store, link in the description box. There's a couple of designs up on there right now. And let's get on out of here, shall we? Well guys, at my first destination of the day, the local Target. Let's head up in there and see what they got this week. Like guys, I'm over here at the new release section, and all I see is the same old stuff from previous weeks. I don't have any of the new releases that came out today. You know what I mean? There's, like I said, it's not a big week anyway. It's only, Midnight Cowboy and Annihilation, but I don't even see Annihilation up over here anywhere. I don't even think they even got it. Yeah, guys, the only new thing that Target seemed to get in today was Pause P.I., some new kids movie. I believe this is one of the things I saw on Digital Bits this morning, but I don't know if I'm really interested in something like that. I love my family movies sometimes, but this is the only thing Target seems to have. Well guys, Target was a bust. Off to the next location, which is Walmart. Let's head on in there and see if they have something cool. Well guys, in Walmart right now, looking at the new release rack, it's all this same old stuff, just like Target had, but the only thing different here is Annihilation on DVD and Blu-ray. And it doesn't look like there's any exclusive for Annihilation here at Walmart or anything. I don't know if there is another one, maybe at Best Buy. I have no idea, but this is just a real slim picking, kind of a week when it comes to new releases, guys. This is like the main one. Not a whole lot of stuff coming out, so let's head on over to the next destination, see if they have anything. Alright, off to the next location, Best Buy. Come on, Best Buy. Have something in there for a brother. Well, inside Best Buy, and the only thing they have on the new release rack that's new from this week is, bam, Annihilation. And Best Buy has, I guess, their exclusive, which is the 4K. This is the only way you can get the 4K version of the film is if you come to Best Buy. But if you want it on 4K, come on over to the local Best Buy. But let's go to the movie section itself and see if they have anything different. Now over here in the movie section itself, take a look and see what they have over here. They still have a handful of the Black Panther steelbooks. They're not going anywhere anytime soon. But when it comes to like new releases and things, this is the only thing that looks semi new that I haven't seen on the new release rack before, like a PBS Little Women. I don't know if this is it looks like a movie movie, not like a documentary or anything, but yeah, I'm not really seeing anything else like new release wise on here. You know what I mean? They finally have the Die Hard 30th anniversary by itself steelbook. They had this one in for like a couple weeks now, but other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. It's just like the Annihilation. Let's head on over to the local Goodwill. Hey guys, right when I came in here, I saw these I Love Lucy doll set with, Ricky and Lucy. That's pretty damn cool right there, but $34.99? Not that cool. Well, in here right now, taking a look at some of like the DVDs and maybe Blu-rays they may have, in this place, since I haven't been here in a little while. Just trying to see if there's anything interesting or kind of cool in here. Like I said before, last time I was in here they had like a whole bunch of like Seventh Heaven seasons and things, but I passed on those ones because those are all like scratched up and stuff. And this is the old edition I have of Candyman, signed by Tony Todd at home. This is actually kind of a good edition of that one. Let me see here if you guys haven't seen that or haven't had that edition before. But yeah, just trying to see if there's anything kind of cool. They have a couple copies of Oklahoma on DVD over here, but I'm not so far seeing that much in here. that, like, you know, it's really interesting me or anything like that. And I remember the time, well, I think it was like Pizza Hut back in the day. They used to like put out, like, you know, give DVDs out along with, like, if you buy like a certain special of pizza, you get like little DVDs with like in little paper sleeves. And All Dogs Go to Heaven 1 and 2, I believe, were some of those movies back then. And see, this thing was here from previous week, season 5 of Duck Dynasty. But as you can tell, it's just a lot of, you know, kind of common stuff in here. And I believe this one might be on Blu-ray from the Disney Movie Club, if I'm not mistaken, if you guys are into old school Kurt Russell stuff. Well guys, at that last destination of the day, the local Big Lots. Let's head up in there and see if they replenish their Blu-rays. Well, in here now, and it looks like they have $3 and $5. For a second when I was looking at them, I thought I said 3 for $5. You know, DVDs and stuff in here, but it looks like all the same, you know, titles that have been in here for months. It doesn't really look like they replenished anything. And then when it says 3 and 5, why is there a $10 sticker? But hey, whatever. I guess we'll see one day if they do replenish, because there's a lot of empty, you know, spaces over here. I've always really liked that one, Bucky Larson, Born to Be a Star. Some people hate it. I love it. Christina Ricci's in it, and it's pretty damn cool. Not just because of her, but, you know, just the humor of it was just really, really enjoyable to me. Let's go around over here, and yeah, same old. Well guys, out of Big Lots right now. Today's just seemed to be a real big bust when it comes to trying to find some physical media out there, because Annihilation was pretty much the main thing that was released today. But oh well, let's head on home. Well guys, I'm home now from hoarding up. It was a sad day out there, didn't find anything, but I came home to a package, so I'm going to unbox this thing right here before I get on over to my DVD and Blu-ray reviews, and let's find out what's in this bad boy. And it says it's from Universal, so who knows what's in here. Alright, so let's unbox this bad boy right now and see what Universal has in store for me today. Because it was kind of cool. The other day they sent over the Jurassic Park, you know, old, you know, Blu-ray 4K pack, which was really cool, which I'll talk about in a few moments here. Let's open this up and see what this is. Oh, I thought Lionsgate put this out, but this is Will and Grace Season 1. This is like the reunion show. You know, since Will and Grace, you know, was on air like years and years ago, then it finally came back. Just like how Roseanne came back and Full House came back with Fuller House. This is yeah, Will and Grace Season 1, the revival here on DVD. And this one, it says it has a gag reel reuniting the team back to the beginning, classic comedy. On here has over 5 hours and 30 minutes of runtime on here, featuring all the episodes of Season 1 of the revival show, which is really kind of cool because I really like watching Will and Grace back in the day. I have all the seasons of it downstairs. I believe they came in like bigger, like nowadays, you know, season sets come like this for the most part, you know, thin packs. And back in the day, like, they came in like a little bit thicker ones and everything. It's just really kind of cool. I can't wait to crack into these. I saw a couple of episodes on television, but like I haven't seen like the full season. But this is what I got today. Can't wait to check it out here on DVD. But now let's head on over to my other side of my room for some 4K DVD and Blu-ray reviews. Alright everyone, now on to the review portion of my video here. Got a lot of stuff here to talk to you guys about today. And the first couple up here are from Paramount Home Entertainment. And the first one up is Annihilation here on 4K, which you can only get exclusively at Best Buy for the 4K version, like I said earlier in this video. But it's pretty much about Natalie Portman's character, who's a biologist, who finds out about this weird little thing that's going on in the middle of nowhere called the Shimmer. It's like this, you know, like kind of like a barrier in the middle of nowhere that kind of like has this really kind of weird glow to it and everything, and other biologists and scientists are trying to figure out what's going on, you know, on the other side of this shimmer, because people have gone in but never came back out before. And she signs up for this mission to go in there to find out what's in there. Is it aliens? Is it something else? Is it hostile? Are they good? Is it something good inside there? Kind of thing. And it's her mission to find out what, you know, her and some other people like Jennifer Jason Leigh and a group of others go in there to find out what it's all about. And I found this movie to be kind of entertaining. It's from the director of Ex Machina, and I kind of really like that one. But this movie is just visually just eye candy, especially on 4K when you watch it in this new format here. But I've always liked Natalie Portman ever since, you know, I was a kid growing up and stuff, and you know, like I always had like a tiny crush on her. But there's another actress in here. I keep forgetting her name. I think her name is Gina Rodriguez. Yeah, Gina Rodriguez is in here from the movie Philly Brown, and of course Jane the Virgin, everyone knows, and everything. And she's in here as a supporting character, and that was kind of cool to see her in another big feature and stuff. But if you guys like science fiction, you know, kind of films like Alien and stuff, you guys might get a kick out of this one. It's one of those ones that's kind of like a slow burn, and at some point, some parts of the movie you kind of don't really care about the characters. It's just kind of like, okay, you know, here's another little situation they're getting in. But like, it's still visually stunning. The director did a nice job, at least the, you know, cinematographer wise, did a very good job in this film. Looks really fantastic here on 4K. We do get some, of course, behind the scenes interviews with the cast and crew, making of special featurette talking about like the visual effects and everything. I thought this movie was entertaining, but I'm definitely going to keep it in my collection. But it's one of those ones that I'm going to revisit, you know, a couple years down the road probably, you know. But that's Annihilation here on 4K. And next up from Paramount also, I got the complete 21st season of South Park here on Blu-ray. I've been watching this show ever since it started coming out on Comedy Central back in the day. But over the last couple of years, I haven't been following it hardcore on television because, you know, because of work and things. Because when it first came out, I was still I was still kind of young and just watching TV and not really, you know, worrying about life and stuff and bills and shit, but like I have to do now. But, you know, watching it now, of course, when you can binge watch it like I do when I get the Blu-ray and or DVD sets of these, it's just a whole lot of fun. And I like it because these seasons, you get like 10 episodes or so each season of South Park that Matt and Trey Parker do. So, like, they really take their time when it comes to the episodes of, like, the content that you get in there. They don't, like, shove, like, 24, 22 episodes in a season and stuff. They really, like, you know, focus in on, like, what's happening in the world today. Like, they talk about Donald Trump and how he goes out and, like, tweets out outlandish things. And they even talk about Alexa, the thing that, you know, that machine, like, Alexa, how hot is it outside today? Boom, it's 107. There's like a whole episode that's kind of like dedicated to that in here, which I thought was kind of funny because Cartman and the gang are like, Alexa, could you add sweaty nutsack to my shopping list, please? And then like Alexa repeats it back to him, and they all giggle and laugh. It's like it's a really funny episode in here. But I like how current and you know, relevant it still is after 21 years. You know, South Park here on Blu-ray. If you're a fan of it, of course you get your mini commentaries by Matt and Trey Parker on here. But yeah, I love it. I still love the show. It's still a lot of fun. And next up over here is the 35th anniversary edition of Eddie Murphy's classic, Trading Places here. This is, of course, just like another repackage and everything in here. The only thing new about this release is pretty much the slipcover and the artwork that's on here. It has all the same special features that we had on previous editions. From what I remember, I was watching them going, I think I've seen these before on previous editions. But if you have never seen the movie before, it's pretty much about Dan Aykroyd's character who works for like these two really rich guys in like a stock market kind of thing and making them billions and billions of dollars. And he, you know, Dan Aykroyd's kind of uppity, you know, hey, hoo, you know, kind of guy. And Eddie Murphy plays a guy on the street begging for money. And one day, Eddie Murphy, you know, bumps against Dan Aykroyd's character on the street by accident. And Dan Aykroyd, you know, his suitcase falls into Eddie Murphy's hands, or whatever it is. And you know, Dan Aykroyd says, take it. And it's pretty much about, you know, what's it called? Dan Aykroyd's bosses, you know, switching the game around, you know, on them, like putting Eddie Murphy in the top, you know, in the big money-making game and making Dan Aykroyd having to live the poor life. It's a really kind of entertaining movie. You get, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis in here, a very young Jamie Lee Curtis. I think it's around the same time she might have made Halloween, give or take. In here, but it has all this, like I said, original special features that are on here. It's not the best, you know. I think the picture quality could be better on this one, and the same thing for this next movie I'm going to show, because this picture quality felt a little soft you know, watching this one. But I think that's how it always was, even on the previous release. But it's just kind of cool revisiting this one again. And the next one was a movie I've seen a long time ago, but I haven't seen like in many years. And rewatching it a couple days ago, I was just like, man, this is my favorite one out of these two movies I showed you. And that is the 30th anniversary of Coming to America. Of course, starring Eddie Murphy, you know, James Earl Jones, Arsenio Hall, John Amos, you know, from Good Times in here. And it's just pretty much about a king. Who's like the prince of Zamunda, whatever, out in Africa, and you know, he's pampered his whole life. He doesn't even wipe himself and everything. He has people to do that, and he's just like, you know, I want to meet a woman. I want to have my own opinions, my own thoughts on different things, you know, kind of thing. And his dad's like, no, you have to follow the tradition. He's played by James Earl Jones. And like, you know, his dad already set up, you know, for him to get married to this lady that's, you know, going to be like serving him for the rest of his life. And he's just like, I don't really want her. I want a girl that has her own opinions, her own mind, her own, you know, everything. And he decides before he gets married to the girl that his dad's setting him up with, he wants to take a little vacation, and he goes to Queens, New York to try to find a woman on his own. It's just a really hilarious movie, and of course you get all the original special features from previous editions on here. I just really like this one, man. Hopefully they do a sequel to it one day. That would be kind of dope to see Eddie Murphy back again doing it. I don't know. I'll get a kick out of that. And next up is something I showed you guys last week in my last Hoarding Up video. This is from Paramount also, and that's the complete movie and TV collection of Jackass here on DVD. You get all the Jackass movies from, you know, the first Jackass, Jackass 2, Jackass 2.5, Jackass 3, Jackass 3.5, Bad Grandpa, and Bad Grandpa .5, plus the, you know, the classic Jackass TV collection on here. And I was confused. For a second, I thought the old release that I had of this, you know, was the complete series, but it sadly is not. Everything that you get in this set right here is pretty much the same stuff that you guys got in this set that came out, the Jackass box set that came out from Paramount years ago. Like it has all the same discs and stuff inside, like the volume 1, 2, 3, and the bonus discs. The only thing that you don't get inside this new box is the little booklet that you know, comes in this one, like the 40-page booklet that comes in this set right here. But the new set also includes the lost tapes, which was released like years later from Paramount and things. But that's pretty much all this stuff right here that I just showed you is all the same stuff that you get in this box set right here. So if you know, or, you know, that and the movies and stuff. So if you don't have any of the Jackass movies or any of the Jackass, you know, TV episodes or volumes, definitely get this set right here. It's a really decent buy. But I wish it was on Blu-ray, because I know some of the Jackass movies were released on Blu-ray. I'm like, oh man, but it's okay, no big deal. But I just want to let you guys all know that new set's out right there. And the next two up over here from Universal Home Entertainment. And the first one up is Strangers Pray at Night. This is, of course, the kind of sort of sequel to The Strangers that, you know, starred Liv Tyler, that came out years ago, that was actually put out by Scream Factory. And this one right here has really nothing to do with the first one. It's just about this, you know, family that's kind of having their own little problems and issues, and they're sending their daughter, you know, to boarding school, you know, because she's just outrageous and they can't keep her in control. And she's, you know, she's young, she smokes, she does all this kind of stuff. And as they're taking her down to the school's not really open because it's like spring break or some sort of break at school. And they decide before they drop her kid off, because there's like a couple of like teachers on campus or whatever. But when they go there, the school's not open. There's a note for them saying, hey, we'll see you guys in the morning, you know, kind of thing. So they end up staying at this little trailer park that's like down the road, and then all hell breaks loose, and the strangers start stalking them at night, and all craziness ensues from there. I found it to be, you know, fairly enjoyable. It's kind of just like the first one, but like, you know, on a trailer park lot with the brother and sister running around, the mom and dad running around trying to save each other. I found it to be enjoyable. They had a couple of decent scares in here. Was it amazing? No. But this Blu-ray also has an alternate ending in here that was kind of just like, that's it? You know, it's like pretty much, you have to watch it for the alternate ending. It was just kind of like one of those weak ones, in my opinion. But you do get some special features on here, like the making of, a couple of... what was a music video on here of Pray at Night. But if you're a fan of horror movies in general and The Strangers, you guys might you guys might like this one. It's definitely not the best, but it's not the worst by any means. And the next up over here, I was really excited to get from Universal. I wasn't even expecting it. To be honest, it just showed up like 2 days after it was released. And that is the four movie collection limited edition of Jurassic Park. Here on 4K and Blu-ray. I was just like super excited about it because I was like I was really wanting to get up on it, but I was just like, I can't afford it right now, you know. But like, I really like that Target exclusive one where that plays the music and stuff. That's really dope. But I'm like, that's the same thing I already have you know. But like without the new packaging, I already had all the movies on Blu-ray, so I wanted to get it in a new format. And I'm a nerd, so I'm keeping like the plastic on it and stuff, so I can, you know, whatever. It's just kind of cool because I know you guys have probably seen like unboxings of it. And, you know, different things like that. But, like, it does come in those, like, little, like, paper sleeves where you have to, like, you know, slide, you know, the discs out from the side and everything, if you know what I'm talking about. But, like, I did pop in the first movie so far, and on 4K, it looks really pretty decent on here, man. Like, the detail, especially, like, in the night scenes, it just looks really vivid. But of course the best looking one of this set right here has to go to the, you know, Jurassic World here, because it's the newer one shot on the, you know, newer cameras and things. But like, it's just a really enjoyable set here, because I grew up watching these movies, man. I have the story of me and my dad going to see this movie, the first one, Jurassic Park, in the theaters. Like, I remember back in the day, I was in elementary school, right? And my dad comes to pick me up from school early, like in the middle of the day. And I'm like, what's going on? We're going to go see Jurassic Park. I'm like, hell yeah, boy. You know, like, I was all excited and stuff, because like, I was all, like, I know I was too young to see it at the time, but my dad was just like, yeah, man, let's go do it. My dad used to go take me to see cool movies like that, and like, you know, Daylight, and, you know, like, movies I probably shouldn't have seen at the age I was. But then, like, I went to the movie, and I was scared shitless. Especially when that T-Rex came out, that one scene when he first comes out and escapes the gate or whatever, and then chomps the guy off the toilet and everything. That shit always freaked me out. That, and then when that one scientist guy that was on Seinfeld, I keep forgetting his name, but like, you know, when he was like being attacked by the, you know, the raptor and shit, and was like getting stuff spit on him. Like, that scene and those two scenes were like the ones that freaked me out the most when I was a kid. But then the next day I went to school, I was just like, yep, I saw Jurassic Park, did you? And they're like, oh no, we didn't see Jurassic Park yet. We're not, you know, but our parents wouldn't let us do it. And I was just like, oh man, it was the coolest, man. I wasn't scared, but like, I was. And shit, back in the day, it was just a really, you know, dumb little kid thing that I was doing. But of course, this set right here has all the original, you know, special features that were on, you know, the previous edition of these movies and everything. And I'm really excited to see, you know, the new Jurassic World movie when it comes out this summer. I can't wait. But thank you, Universal, for sending this over. And for you guys that haven't seen it, you know, got your hands on this, they do look really good here on 4K, right, on in this new format. And these last two up over here are from Lionsgate Home Entertainment. And the first one up is the Hurricane Heist. This one right here, of course, is from the same director of the Fast and the Furious and everything. And it's about these, you know, two brothers. At the beginning of this movie, they're young, and they lose their father in a hurricane and everything, and they're just like really just distraught about it. Then it flashes forward, you know, years later, and they haven't really seen each other in like a handful of years, and now there's this big hurricane that's going around in this big town, and one of the brothers comes into town to like see how his brother's doing and what's going on. But at the same time, there's a big heist going on at this like treasury department kind of thing. I'm not exactly sure what you would call it, but like a place where, you know, old money goes, and they have to destroy it because they have to get it out of circulation. And there's this group of goons breaking into that place, trying to steal that money. And it's up to them, the two brothers and this lady that's an officer at this place to help save the day and help save the people that are at this place. It's kind of corny and cheesy and everything. I like seeing the effects because I always like disaster movies, you know, growing up, like Armageddon and Twister and things like that. So I always have a soft spot in my heart for movies like this. But it wasn't anything super special. You know, it was just kind of like, it was entertaining and enjoyable. Like, the bad guys weren't that bad. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't like too menacing. You know, they could have been more menacing and everything. But the special effects when things are happening and people are getting sucked up into things and people, you know, like big waves coming, it's just kind of cool. You know, like just seeing that kind of stuff. I always like 2012 movies like that are pretty cool to me. But of course, you get audio commentary track by the director, making of, special featurette, deleted scenes, and everything. So if you're a fan of this movie, definitely get it on 4K because it just brings out the effects and the colors just that much more on this new format. And next up over here, it's not really that new anymore, but you know what I mean. And the last step over here is from Lionsgate, also in Summit Entertainment, and it's the first time this movie's hit 4K, and that is The Escape Plan here, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone. I've always liked this movie, and I believe they just made a second one, and Stallone's in it, and I think that may be getting just straight to DVD release, but I'm not sure on that. But I can't wait to see that one either way. This one is a lot of fun. It's of course about Stallone's character, who is a professional breakout artist. He goes to prisons and figures out a way to break out of them so other prisons can, update their systems to make it better so other people may not escape them and different things like that. And then one day he takes this one job to go to this new prison to see if he can break out of it. But then all hell breaks loose, and he's kind of stuck there. His team doesn't know exactly where he's at. He doesn't know exactly where he's at, and he's trying to break the hell out of there. Trying to get, really save himself this time. It's not like a real job now. It's like a holy shit situation for him. And then he meets, of course, Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in there, and they team up to try to figure out how to get the hell out of this high-tech prison that they're in. It also stars, 50 Cent, the rapper, in here. It looks really, really good here on Blu-ray. All the same special features that you got on the previous Blu-ray and or DVD release of the film. Highly enjoyable film. I like watching this one over again. But guys, thank you so much for coming by for my Hoarding Up video today. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, check out my last video where me and my friend Aaron and Jacob went to go see Solo, a Star Wars story. We had a little review video. I have a link for it in the description box. And I also want to say thank you so much to Cody Blythe for making that cool thumbnail for that video. I forgot to say it in the video itself when I was doing it. But I say thank you so much, Cody, for taking your time and making that cool Star Wars thumbnail for us, man. It really meant a lot to me. But guys, follow me on social media, links down below, and I'll see you guys all for the next one.